Alright guys, we are about to react to the history of games done quick, made by TL. He's in the chat right now, and he's vibing and stuff like that, and I was very interested to see kind of like what he's cooking and stuff like that. So we have a very nice, comfy video to sit back and relax and watch. So without further ado, I kind of want to see what it's all about, and let's give it a good old watch. So sit back, relax, and let's enjoy the ride. But all right, let's get into it.
Yes, speedrunning, a hobby people like to watch or do to master a game they like. Now you might be asking yourself, what is speedrunning? Speedrunning is playing games as fast as possible to get the best time and world record. However, did you know that there are actual events?
Oh heck yeah, bro. I never understood why they moonwalk in like Castlevania, but it's sick.
Can go to? Yes, actual real life events.
Yo, Star Fox!
Can go to, such as ESA,
let's get it, baby.
Break, Pace, and GDQ have real life events.
Gosh, how the hedgehog.
To have a good time with other people. So join me in these series of videos that talk about the history of speedrun events. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to D Cosmic for giving feedback for the script, and Glink for documenting GDQ's drama over the years. Without this video might not have been made. Now, where do we start? Alright, when do we start? Because, my loyal viewers, the events actually got founded in 2009. Now, people think 2009, they think edgy, it's just a phase, emo crap. But in 2009 is when GDQ was founded by a young Mikuyama, and it wasn't until 2010 we actually got a first GDQ live stream at MagFest 8.
Oh snap, this is where we first introduced ourselves to Shirtless Trihex, and I believe Carl singing and all these cool different like streamers and you know people that coming out and do speed runs and stuff. Yo, so I didn't know that 2009.
Now you might be thinking,
I'm learning.
What is MagFest? MagFest is this nerd of a convention where nerd about music, video games, and movies. Now in this event, they actually were streaming some games, specifically Mega Man there, but the internet was so bad over at MagFest 8, they had to
believe it.
The stream to Mikuyama's basement.
You love car singing? Who doesn't?
Basement. And that's where the OGs actually.
I would love to meet him, by the way. Him and Spike Vegeta.
Over the years.
Yes, this is the one. All right, I actually seen. Okay, I feel like I've never really fully watched a speedrun of this, but I have seen clips of this exact overlay. And right here, this is like Baby Trihex before he got like buff and swole. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to like point out other like runners in here and stuff like that. But I'm sure he ran Yoshi's Island here. I'm sure, right? And I think he at the time he was a world record holder. But yo, I remember this exact layout. Like, yeah, it's hype.
They actually got
that's hype.
donations in their humble beginnings, such as in 2012, they actually got $20,000 and donated it to the autism research.
$20,000? That's not bad.
In 2013, we actually got this legendary clip where someone was screaming to tell Runner Guy 2049 to stop speedrunning Ocarina of Time so they can talk about their dead relative.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been knitting the entire time I've been here. And I actually learned how to knit from my grandmother. Can you stop? She died of cancer a couple years ago. And there's actually pretty much a 50% chance I'm gonna die of cancer. My dad's entire side of his family has died of cancer. And very
I don't remember this at all.
so pretty much.
Wait, what? That's a thing. I never heard of this. What? Yeah, I'm gonna say that is kind of cringe. Hello? This man is speed running and you're just having a giant like thing about this? Like, hello? I've never seen this before.
This blue is the last blue.
It's so awkward.
My grandmother's that I'm ever gonna have to knit with. So it doesn't actually mean something.
But 2013.
I just like how the streamer, it just looks so dead inside. He's just sitting there like He's just like. And all you hear is like Link noises. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just so funny. I never seen that before. That is crazy.
Had its problems because during this time there was a cheating scandal from a guy.
He did look dead inside. Yeah, I was looking at that.
Quote unquote runner named Cody Miller, who was cheating his CCE runs and got accepted into GDQ. But his run was so bad, GDQ had to actually make a policy for runners to not go over the estimated time by an hour.
Imagine actually going to the GDQ and sucking so bad. Did they have to give you like, hey, if you go over the thing by an hour, which by the way, if you ever do a speed run, I don't care how rusty you are at the game, I don't think your PB and what your run is should ever be an hour from your finish time. What kind of hello? That's funny.
Buddy.
I thought that he was about to get like banned. I thought he was about to get Thanos snapped out of GDQ.
A year later, 2014, there was this big milestone where they got $1 million in a day. And it ended with
2014 hype.
Final boss of Chrono Trigger getting, killed. But I
Chrono
actually did
Trigger
an
hype.
interview with Alpha Jr. So go take a look.
Just speedrunning in general?
Yeah, what was your history prior to,
Well, I started speedrunning, I think in 2011, and mostly did Mega Man stuff.
Right.
For a while, and then I started to get into the JRPG stuff, including Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger and that kind of thing, leading up to 2014, and that's when I was asked to
Games I'll never do. But hey, I'll watch it.
do that one.
The other question is like,
I gotta play Chrono Trigger. I do gotta play Chrono Trigger. I love the music. The music in Chrono Trigger. Yes.
how did you
Yes.
when,
I need to play it.
that when the surprise $1 million goal was reached?
Yeah, it wasn't looking like we were getting there the day before,
Yeah.
and then the last day it just went crazy. I think we went from 600,000 all the way to 1 million in the last 7 or 8 hours, something like that.
Yeah. 2015 was the year Matt Merkel took over GDQ because the year prior, Makuyama retired and gave the torch over to Matt Merkel. And while management was questionable, there was something to look forward to if you were a God of War.
God of War.
A new event that was held in
Kratos.
Santa Monica Studios. Music, please. Right, it's God of War done quick. It was the year of God of War, and it's 10 years of the video game franchise.
God. God of War 2 being on the PS2 is just like a nostalgia kick, I've never really played the game, but I've seen it a couple times, and Jesus Christ.
Now, the games that were actually there were God of War Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, God of War 1, 2, and 3. And the developers of those games were there too, alongside the runners who were speedrunning the games. And it's actually interesting to see the developers see their games broken in hell.
You know what? That's one thing I really love about speedrunners and then showing them like a speedrun or the developers watching a speedrun of their game. Like, I can't imagine, especially since speedrunning wasn't really like as popular as it is today and widely more accepted. But I can only imagine like, hey man, I've made Mario 64, and then you watch somebody actually break your game while you're watching it, and you're sitting there like, I can only imagine how that looks to a developer.
Trying to final
It's crazy.
2. When we were in the midst of 2 and Change of Olympus was being made with Freddy at Dawn. Rue.
Like, yeah, your game is
directing
poorly
that one,
programmed.
so
Look at this.
I did not get as much time that I would want to spend with those guys as
We need to hire speedrunners as QA testers, bro. Like, what? What is this?
I did spend with the team on
Yo, that was
Ghost of Sparta,
crazy.
but they did a pretty awesome
What
job
is
on
this?
game.
So,
Okay, so here you go.
Look at
what's
that.
going on here?
This is,
he's dancing.
Hey, yeah. What's going on here? So in the next game we can patch it. Yeah. What's going on? Please tell me in details. Every frame. What's going on? Yeah.
This is called the infinite jump glitch. It's pretty much.
Interesting.
You see that I'm,
Yeah, keep
when
doing
I'm
that.
When I'm on the air, Kratos just pulls off the magic, and he just the green thing that goes out. That means that I have glitched out the magic.
He's like, dang man, my game
every
trash.
time I'm on the air, I just cancel the ascension that Kratos does by pressing triangle. And pretty much, as it's glitched, you can do the ascension every time you want by just doing the thing. Yeah, the ascension is.
By the way, that dodge roll is insane.
Just what you wanted.
Yeah.
And also, what I used to move in this game is called roll cancel. It's done by just.
Keep telling them.
Pretty much, you just hold the right stick and just change weapons all the time. Oh wow. I failed it, okay.
And that was kind of a big tenet of what we were doing, is being able to
Yo, look at this guy over here, dude. He is literally glued. You're like, oh yeah,
empower the player to be able to cancel, block cancel, jump cancel, roll cancel, anything. And I guess this is the...
Now, if only we actually sat down with Sakurai and we can show Akola playing Steve. I'm telling you, bro, nerf.
Side effect of empowering the player.
We need a GDQ for Smash.
This is the unintended thing that we were trying to make it better. And
I guess that's called a
actually
tournament, huh?
Screw everything up.
Yeah.
Oh god, is that
Because here
Godzilla?
It's gonna come like the first big
Hello?
hit, and well, it's really hard to do, and well, if I fail it, well, don't care. It's just.
He's about to do it again?
I
You don't
like
care
that.
if you
I
fail?
like that attitude. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever, you know?
Watched
Just
by
Cassie just
4,000
glitched to the wall. Yeah,
people right
whatever.
SGDQ 2015 was a mess.
Yo,
And
Crash!
this is the fact that a young Game Pro 11 was doing Crash to Cortex Strikes Back 80% game over use. And the jokes were just domestic abuse and suicide jokes, which were funny at first, but
Nah, there's just no shot they were joking about that at a GDQ. Hello? Nah, that's cringe. I love watching the devs watching the runs and explaining the exploits that they found and then patch it in the run. Yeah, they sit there like, oh yeah, tell me more. Uh-huh. Yeah. How did that work again? How many frames? Okay. How long y'all been doing this? Interesting. Literally just the most vanilla next game. Like, there's no fun. All these invisible walls, all these checks. Just patches it. There was a Melee All Events run at GDQ one year. I think I seen that.
came still over time.
We're committing
If I
suicide.
remember. I don't know
try
who
this
did
at
it,
home.
but I do remember seeing it.
Neutral slide spin. Suicide.
What the hell was that?
Don't try this at home. Neutral slide spin. It makes you go slightly faster, and by the way, is about 8 inputs per second. Don't try it at home, but I like to pleasure my controller.
And after
Hey, yo! These people are like
the war was
unhinged.
over, he was permanently banned by GDQ staff. And the aftermath was
My man got hit with a low tier god. They hit him with the get that ass banned.
him getting clinically depressed for several years. But before this, he was actually shunned by friend groups. I actually did an interview with him, so let's take a look.
Yes.
Basically,
I was made the example of what not to do at a GDQ. So you can go back and watch my VODs and just do the opposite of what I did, and you'll be A-okay.
I started running other games like Sonic Heroes, and then I got into Crash 2 and Rayman.
Yo, Sonic Heroes? Hello? Let's go. And then you go straight into Crash Bandicoot and then Rayman? I mean, that's a game I need to play.
And 3 around 2014-ish.
Okay.
And Spyro Heroes Tale and Crash to Insanity. I was kind of all over the place. But I got
That's
a
me.
lot of records in Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Heroes. Now many of them have been beaten like long over, but I mean, I guess that's the best way that you could put it. I was more of a lab person that just ended up getting records initially, I guess. I would say the first thing that happened was I was called to the front desk. We were at White Castle. I don't know why we were at White Castle, but we were at White Castle.
Because the food is amazing. Hello? Those burgers? Shoot.
And we heard that they wanted me to go to the front desk. And when I went to the front desk, I just got yelled at and berated by Clage. And if anybody knows anything about GDQ and knows about Clage's history, yeah, it was publicly being yelled at. And I remember very specifically during like this rage. I mean, I was on the verge of tears. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I was on the verge of tears. There were people there, and I remember he said, "If you need help, we can help you. We have people for that. But if you come down to this floor, we will call security on you." I remember that very, very implicitly. And that was the first thing. The second thing that happened was immediately after my run, I let some other runner use my PS2 console because it was a European PS2 console. I was like, I mean, he needed to use it, so why not? And after that, being threatened that if I go down to the bottom level, because SGDQ 2015 was on the basement floor. It wasn't on the ground floor. It was on the basement floor.
Okay.
And because they said, if you go down there, we're calling security on you, I had a lot of trouble getting my console back. And actually, I don't know if it was a staff, which I would assume it would be the staff because the only people handling the console would be the staff members. It took my cables, like my audio video cables, which had S-Video. I really liked those cables, and I had to buy a new set because of that. And I wasn't allowed to go down there. And I also remember, I'm not sure if Rom Scout is necessarily, well, he was at the time, but he was also a Twitch staff member, and I had some issues with getting my account unbanned because my account got banned. Supposedly to protect me from the masses, I had some issues with getting it unbanned because they never said explicitly that it was because of what happened, but rather they said to protect me from the masses. That was their words, not mine. And I was also IP banned, which took me like another half a year to get that sorted out.
What a mess.
So it was like an entire year of like having issues, even just watching Twitch.
I think I just found somebody else that had worse luck than me. Okay, I really don't have bad luck, but it's just funny. Jesus Christ, my man went through the gauntlet here. Good lord.
Outside of that, I can't really recall if there were any issues with staff members, but nowadays, like, I actually went to, or I was going to try to go to SGDQ, I think it was last year, and I sent messages like, hey, look, I know I did some things, blah, 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 and they were like, who the hell are you? So I don't think that nowadays that would even be an issue. But I have since, like, I said I was gonna, like, if you need me to, like, do public apology and whatnot, I would be fine with that. And they were just like, who the hell are you? That is a loaded question, because it wasn't entirely to get away from that. Because, mind you, they misnamed me at GDQ as GamePro 11, which I had a 0 in front of it, in front of the 11. And, well, everybody had been calling me GPro even since before I became a speedrunner. All of my Xbox Live friends would call me GPro. So it was 2010, and it just made sense that I would change it to GPro. But I couldn't get that name, so it was changed when we were able to, like, actually freely change our names. So I changed it to GPro because nobody calls me GamePro except for, like, very, very specific people that knew me back when I was, like, in the speedrunning community back in 2013-ish. And most people would just naturally call me GPro.
Yeah, you don't joke about that.
So it didn't really necessarily have anything to do with trying to separate myself, but rather to kind of embrace the fact that everybody just calls me GPro. It's easier to read, it's easier to, like, say, blah, blah, blah. But it was an underscore. Now, the I am GPro thing The reason why I became that was because of a joke, actually. I wanted to get rid of the underscore, but GPro on its own has been an inactive account. So I still wanted to be GPro, and I am GPro just kind of fit the bill. But it comes actually from a joke that I did entering an essay, a Sonic Adventure DX race, where I named myself I Am Here Olo. And of course, there were people that knew who I was. I just wanted to make a joke. I won the race, and then I revealed like, oh yeah, I'm GPro, by the way. And I kind of used that.
I was gonna say something about that, but hey, you know what? Hey, I'm a speedrunner. I'm not very important. I had a couple of world records, but hey, maybe I needed to go to GDQ. I can get an interview. Let me stop. But no, that would be pretty cool. I gotta work on some things, chat. I really do. And I'm gonna be working on that this week. I'm gonna start reading and reaching out to more people and just hanging out and stuff like that. I definitely need to vibe with more people and stuff like that. So
that small joke as like an I am to basically just add to GPro because it just makes sense. You wouldn't read it as EM GPro. You'd read it as I am GPro, and you could still tell I'm GPro.
That's
So
what I
it
thought.
was more like just a joke thing rather than anything else. Oh. I mean, first of all, understand, like, you're not in private quarters. Understand that you are in front of an audience that may or may not be tolerant to certain ideas
Jokes?
or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So you should leave anything you would do in private completely out of GDQ. And all of your commentary and all of the stuff that you might say amongst friends. Because we all...
I mean, honestly, that really makes a lot of sense, but to me, that's like very obvious. I guess at the time, maybe it didn't make a lot of sense, but if you're on the stage of GDQ and you know it's a whole bunch of like, you know, cancer, like donations and drives and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you keep that focus on that. Obviously, you're there to speedrun and, you know, showcase a game while raising money for, like, you know, cancer foundations and stuff like that. To me, that's pretty obvious that you just need to go there with a game plan of, like, I'm there to do my thing, but also to help raise and, where, you know, show awareness to what the bigger cause is, right? So to me, I just feel like that's a lot obvious. I wouldn't want to... I'll be very uptight and scared to even remotely have a joke that I can say on stream that will maybe offend somebody if I make that same exact joke on a bigger stage, right? So to me, I just would go into like, maybe I shouldn't say this, you know, type deal. But that's interesting. Yeah, cool insight.
We might say some things that are a little bit risque amongst friends. Know that you are in the public eye and you're in a more formal setting, so it is not a good idea.
A lot of people don't have common sense. Yeah, it's funny how sense is not very common, huh?
And I learned this firsthand. I really
made an example of.
I really paid for that.
But see, it's great to have these type of people like this, especially early on, because we need a guideline. We need to have examples, and we need to have rules in place of just in case something bad happens. Now, I mean, it sucks that you are the example, but it's also very important to have these things because, one, it's a landmark. You're going to be remembered as the guy that did or said something, which is probably negative, right? But now we have such a better GDQ in the future because of set action. So it's like a good and bad type weight. But I mean, I don't know. I thought that was pretty obvious not to do, but you know, sometimes you have to pay the price.
Not understanding the situation I was in, and just understand where you are, and understand that if you do make a mistake, you can recover from it. Just learn from it. If something happens.
That's a
But
great
if
way of
not,
looking at
just
it.
make sure that you just understand.
Yep.
You're not just there representing your game. You're also representing the company or the organization at which you are showcasing on. Understand that, because it's not a good idea to say something that might cause them problems. That is pretty much what happened to me. Just do something, don't cause other people problems. And if you do, apologize to the right people and make sure that you learn from it.
GDQ, it's actually
Amen, brother.
pretty interesting during 2016 due to the fact that AGDQ is coming up in January, and a month prior, Cinnamon Bun actually made a tweet saying, "You guys are alright, do not go to AGDQ 2016 in January." This was because he was associated with a sociopath named Ski Craze City who was giving out death threats to the organization.
Hey, yo, what? People are just crazy. Hello?
Now, the run that his private Cinnamon Bun was doing, Devil May Cry 4 Special
I was about
Edition,
this is like Devil May
did
Cry.
pretty well by the joke he made where he said,
Right from the start, I'm gonna double.
My
trigger.
man Virgil.
Trigger warning, by the way.
kind of made someone have the cold shoulder towards him during the end of the run. SGDQ 2016 was actually pretty good because there was a new
Don't
game
play that music.
introduced
Sonic
to
06.
SGDQ. The game in question was Sonic 2006. So why Sonic 06? Isn't that a bad game? Well, depending on what you think, yes, it can be a bad game, but the run is actually pretty interesting.
You know why the run is very interesting? Because there are so many things you can discover, and you discover it playing casually. Trust me, I know. Alright? I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you don't know my history of this game, we'll just leave it at that.
Uses certain tricks to cut down on time. And the runner question who did this run was Triple Agents.
Chorus Knuckles. I'm like, oh my god. So he has glitch hunted so much into this game. Almost every single trick was found by that man, right? And so whenever we think we found something new, right? Like we found a new clip, we found a new glitch. We asked Darkspine Sonic, we're like, hey yo, have you seen this before? And he's like, oh yeah, of course. And so we have never, I think, we have never found like a big glitch that he's never seen before. So I hope that that was it.
What a
I've
good
never
level,
seen
by the
anything
way.
like that, but if we can stump the man himself. Also, there's a really cool clip behind here because everything is solid behind this wall. So let's see. There we go. Yeah, so you can.
You know what? Maybe this is a bad idea for me to sit down and watch a Sonic 06 speed run because that looked really easy to do.
Behind the door.
Fun.
Now we're going to the
Fourth.
Fourth. Excuse me. Mock speed section. Again, one of the easier ones. It's really not too bad. There's kind of some scary jumps and platforming you have to make, but if you have the proper lineup, it's not too bad. Yeah. And again, once again, just abusing the Trail of Rings, trying to get as much momentum from the light speed dashes as possible. And we're actually going to do, we're going to skip this ramp and go ahead and go run on the wall and save a little bit of time.
I swear, if this run would have been like a sub 1, and then I got that weird soft luck thing.
That's funny.
What a good way to go out. Still though.
Wow, he's making this look
so
playable.
Even though Sonic dies in water in every other stage, you can do that and run on water perpendicular to perpendicular gravity. The waterfall's going up. It's great.
And that's pretty much it for the stage. Just going to jump across these rocks, go to the end, and that is Kingdom Valley.
Nice. So, quick shout out to this game's soundtrack, actually. Like,
yeah, the soundtrack has
have you
been
heard the music
amazing.
playing before? I don't know if that was like on the speakers, but there's like the pause music. And
Now I want to talk about a
Jack and
controversy
Daxter.
that happened at the end of SGDQ 2016, and that is the Bonesaw controversy. The Bonesaw 577 controversy was kind of big due to the fact that even though he did the Jack and Daxter run, which was pretty good, the controversy stemmed from the fact that he was doing Owen Wilson jokes and the Air Canada joke.
Much like Owen Wilson lives with his car keys.
Wow, these keys are great.
Wow. Jumped into the fire. Wow. This run, I said, if I screw something up, please send tweets to Air Canada. Well, Air Canada hates us. They really do.
don't do that?
We are getting confirmation from GDQ staff that you should indeed not do that.
Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, what's so bad about that? Well, he got banned from that event temporarily. He could not actually go and submit many runs. So what happened was the next year that I'm going to talk about, there's something worse that GDQ did to him. Before we move on, I actually want to talk about that. GDQ actually apologized to the official Air Canada Twitter, but Air Canada Twitter didn't know what they were talking about in the first place. 2017 for GDQ was actually pretty good because they did an event called Hurricane Harvey Relief Done Quick, where they actually did a charity that helped the victims of Houston, Texas during Hurricane Harvey, where the runners would stay at home and speedrun games.
I think I remember this.
SGDQ 2017 was a mixed bag because of the fact that while Bonzo did return, Maddie was hesitating to put him on the couch during the Silent Hill event.
What year was this? Does it show you what year this was? Is this 18? This is like before Egg Dice's time, huh?
But he reluctantly agreed to make sure that he was there at the Silent Hill.
Because I believe this is the same year I actually went to TwitchCon and met Egg Dice's. Or was it 2017? It's either 17 or 18 when I met Ed Dice's and became really close friends with him. And this is his era right here, man. The whole, you know, spooky, scary speed running. Like, yeah, he was talking about how much he wanted to go to GDQ and stuff like that. And look at him now. He pulls like 1,000 views per stream. Like, it's crazy.
But he had to make sure there was no Owen Wilson.
That was 2017? Okay.
So
heard.
He actually agreed. You know, he was on the couch the entire run. But the problem was after the run because they did a photo shoot, and as I said, the controversy also stemmed from the fact that it was cropped from the photo shoot after it was posted on GDQ's social media page. Controversy of SGDQ 2017 didn't stop there because the Ape Escape 2 run was happening.
Yo, Ape Escape is hype.
Private Cinnamon Bun, and the reason why he was there is because of Iron Baldy, and he was doing the run. But there was something going on in the back of the couch because the fact someone had a backpack of MAGA hats and the Ape Escape siren helmet. Now you might be asking, what's with the MAGA hats in the backpack? Well, apparently they had the MAGA hats on as like some sort of political joke.
By the way, oh yeah, political jokes, that's not gonna fly at GDQ, just letting you know. But why is there so many people on this couch? Like, holy God, that's like a village back there. Good goodness.
But the siren helmet was given to Private Cinnamon Bun because of the run being Ape Escape 2. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what happened afterwards? What happened afterwards is because of the controversy Private Cinnamon Bun was in. And that was the fact that the staff yelled at him for having a MAGA hat when he was supposed to, even though the live stream said there was nothing there, and he was wearing the siren helmet from Ape Escape. And to add a wound to this pretty shitty debacle he was in, he actually got accused of calling out a power strip by Kotaku. Yes, fucking Kotaku! The end of 2017 wasn't that bad though because GDQ earned $2 million and gave it to the Cancer Foundation.
This is kind of hype. Ape Escape Marathon win. Well, you know, I did say that I'll be doing the Metroid Marathon here in December, so get ready for that. I haven't forgot about that. I need to set it up and stuff, but there's a Metroid Marathon I need to be doing. But first, we got to get through all these games in November, so we got to see what we can buckle down on it. But yeah, Metroid Marathon probably middle in December towards, you know, Christmas and stuff, so. Hey, that money is coming in. Good God. Jesus. Look, Mom, I'm famous.
2018 was an interesting year for GDQ because SGDQ of that year, they were doing Ninja Gaiden Black and the runner being Mike Canvas. Now, the run itself was actually pretty good, pretty decent in fact, but at the end game, he said this to a boss character.
Very important luck-based things, and one of them will be happening with this soy boy right here.
And it made Twitter mad due to the fact that, well, he said the term soy boy, which apparently is a homophobic / transphobic slur to them, and I quote, "It was fun until your runner said the homophobic / transphobic slur soy boy," and he actually well, apologized.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually didn't even know that. I didn't know that was such a controversial slur. I didn't know that.
He didn't know it, which I think is just stupid because it said a boss character. Things got weirder from here because on r/.
Oh snap! Glad.
Founder Matt Merkel actually posted on the subreddit that he wanted to do a private blacklist for dangerous people.
You never heard of the term? I have.
I know.
And I have said it a couple times, but like that was like my high school era. I never knew that was like such a powerful slur. Oh yeah, the more you know.
Okay, idea on paper, but kind of sloppily made it so organizers can have so many or so little context when banning the person preemptively. During the same year, GDQ
Monkey Ball
actually made a new event called Games Done Quick Express, which would help 10 charities, and it raised up to $139,879 at that time, which I think is pretty interesting. This same event will actually come back again next year. 2018 did not come without any controversies, however, because this first one had to do with Lobos del Fuego, a Dark Souls and Fallout 4 runner who got banned by GDQ because he had edible, which helped him with his chronic pain.
An edible? That's crazy.
And this was so bad because of the fact that he was diagnosed with cancer as a teenager, and it was actually medically prescribed to him to help with the pain. The end of 2018
for
GDQ was actually pretty bad because of the fact that there was a controversy going on with runners Autobike Goose and Graviton because they were saying some anti-Semitic things in the private Discord, and GDQ didn't want him to get banned because of the fact that, well, it was outside of speedrunning context, but Twitter was so fucking mad that they had to cave in and ban them. 2019 for GDQ started out pretty well because they did GameStop Quick Express, which raised up to $152,595 for the Ableist Gamer Foundation. Now, there was also the 10-year anniversary of the event, where they did Classic Games Done Quick, where they played a lot of classic games during this time. However, 2019 for GDQ went downhill from here because they had two controversies. One was the Caleb Hart controversy, where one of the staff members essentially accused him of doing some inappropriate things to her, which Caleb debunked in these tweets. And the other, well, it was essentially a speedrunner named Shift who was scheduled to showcase SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom that was preemptively banned. It's because of the fact that one of his harassers essentially decided to find an old clip of him from the year prior saying the F word. Shift does go into detail.
That is pretty dumb,
on
TBH.
his harasser and what he did to other people.
That was pretty dumb.
Prior to what he did to him to get him preemptively banned.
Just like, he'd harass me on Twitch, he'd harass people on Twitter, he'd post clips out of context to try and paint people in a bad light, post like hateful rhetoric against people, go into their chats and harass them, make fun of them. He posted pictures of people in the community asking for their identities. He threatened to show up at my college, which is not actually the college that I went to, but he was like trying to dox me, even though he's horrible at doxing. He tried to figure out which college I went to and threatened to show up and pay me a visit. So all this stuff put together, like, this is before we realized that he was the one who reported it. I reported to Games Done Quick 2 days before I was taken out of the event. Like, hey, these guys threatened in the past to show up at my college, or what they thought was my college, and they've also asked for the identities of people based on pictures. This might be a danger because they said they were going to the event. Even if they're trolling or not, you should probably take caution that these guys might be there trying to harass people. So I showed the enforcement team the Twitter account, and they looked at it and they said, we can't find any identification on here. We can't figure out who this is, and there's no proof for it, so we can't do anything. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Just giving you a heads up. If somebody reports any suspicious behavior at the event, just link it back to this probably, if it has to do with people in the Battle for Bikini Bottom community, because that's who they were targeting. So, again, like, I showed the enforcement team this account, which really surprises me that later, the same account, not only did they deactivated themselves after I announced that I was banned. They deactivated themselves because I guess they were trying to hide something, but I was able to make a tweet talking about how they deactivated to bait them to unlock the account. And they made this tweet about how they finally got me banned from the event. It was a huge accomplishment, and all this. They were like parading around the fact that they apparently got me banned from the event.
We did it,
this pretty much
boys!
solidified that they probably reached out to Games Done Quick and reported me for the thing that I said a year ago. And yeah, it's just so sad to see, like, not only people just be this dedicated to trying to ruin someone's life like that, but also just like, I can't believe that Games Done Quick didn't put together the fact that, like, the Twitter account that I reported a few days earlier for the possibility of harassment at the event, and then the account goes ahead and reports, this clip. Maybe it wasn't done on the same account, but again, the fact that they deactivated the account, like, during the time when the thing was reported, is just kind of sketchy to me, man. It just feels like they could have put together that, like, something was going on, like there was some targeted harassment going on toward me.
SGDQ 2019 wasn't even better though, because of the fact that Connor Ace, a cluster truck runner, spliced his runs and got accepted into GDQ, and actually used the splice run during SGDQ live, and he actually got permabanned for it. The problem comes into effect due to the fact that the GDQ run.
Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, how did I just do this? Give me 1 second. The heck? Okay. Anyway, I'll fix this later. Wait. Let me rewind that. Did he just splice his run in real life, or had a?
Perma splice his runs because of the fact that Connor Ace, a cluster truck runner, spliced his runs and got accepted into GDQ.
Oh, I see.
And actually used the splice run during SGDQ live. And
bro, yo, what? Oh my god, are you serious? Yo, what? I ain't gonna say nothing.
He actually got permabanned for it. The problem comes into effect due to the fact that the GDQ run he did was actually deleted from YouTube, and it's actually badly documented, and Apollo Legend is the only one who has documented that run. The end of 2019.
Just letting you know, that Goomba is going to be in my dreams when I sleep tonight.
For GDQ ended with a bang because of the fact they
Chrono
got
Trigger!
$3 million for the first time ever.
God, GDQ looks so hype. Oh yeah, I can imagine that's very easy to splice for sure. By the way, what does that mean? I can remove that Goomba from your brain? What does that even mean? How do you remove that from my brain? I cannot think about it, but I'm gonna still have that in my subconscious lobe. And I'm gonna go to sleep, and that's gonna be like chasing me in my dreams. I'm actually upset. I'm actually mad. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. Something shifted. Hey, yeah, keep it down. I'm trying to watch the run. Hey, stop clapping. I'm gonna say something offensive there because it get me banned at GDQ. I mean it. Dang, 5 hours? Chrono Trigger? I mean, yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. Is that not 100% run, or Chrono Trigger is really that long? Like, I thought it would do like some broken things to like speed up the game. Holy moly. What is this, Final Fantasy? God, look how many people are there. Good God. They're $12,000 away. Now he's in my dreams instead. Thank you for making it worse. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'd rather have the Goomba. Dang, 30 hours? Ish. Yo, that man had the original Giga Chad walk. Y'all see this man? I'm starting to speed up. I might just play the game just because of that scene right there. Oh my God, $3,000. Oh my God. The countdown. Is the game over? It looks like it's over. I'm not, bro, this is not even live. I'm getting hype.
Oh my fucking God, 2020. 2020 was kind of bad for GDQ at the start due to the fact they banned a very loved member in the community named Trihex. Now,
And his villain reigns from here. Okay, I remember him getting banned, but I don't know exactly why. Ooh, I can't wait to hear about this one.
Was known to play some Mario Maker, Yoshi's Island, but what happened is that during what Shift's situation is that he actually got banned, that's right, for saying the F word. However, he did apologize for his stuff or what happened during that stream, and nobody listened to him because they did not read the fucking apology. However, the shitstorm came ahead more fiercer because of the Luzbel Heim situation. The beloved Final Fantasy runner, the community quiz runs for FF7, 8, and 9. And you might be thinking, oh, what's his controversy? Well, it's both community and
that was it?
Both community and
I expected it to be something way worse than that.
Participated in a Final Fantasy 8 speedrun, but Twitter went apeshit because of the fact that he was associated with a Spanish Republican party named Fox, and the fact that he actually had pronouns being lols, and Makuyama, yes, Makuyama, pulled him over after the run was over to inform lols of the ban. And
God dang, yo, GDQ would just be out here, they think people in real life is just Twitch chat. You know what I'm saying? They just walk over to you and be like, hey man, great run. Good job. You raised a lot of money, but I'm sorry, you're banned.
It's his pronouns that got him
You're banned.
In the spring months of GDQ's 2020 year, he also did the Coronavirus Relief Done Quick event to help people who are affected by the virus, raise a total of $632,000 to the direct relief of nonprofit organization who does improve lives and poverty.
People get paid $20
giving them appropriate
or
medical
pounds to traumatize you.
Also, they did their first women's
Monthly
only
fee,
speedrun
though.
event called the Fatale Series, where in the fall they would do runs where women actually would play video games. Now let's fast forward a couple years to 2022, where there's a big cheating scandal that not only damaged the reputation of the Metal Gear Rising speedrunning community, but also a runner's respect. Because during SGDQ 2022, a runner by the name of McMurson actually not only spliced the run of the Blade Wolf DLC and submitted it, it also was pre-recorded during the event itself. 2022, after the controversy was up from here for GDQ.
Oh my god, yo, this song is so sick.
Because they did the Flying Fatales and the Frost Fatales events and raised up to $135,512 for the Malala Fund. Now let's talk about the current state of GDQ. As for me, I think GDQ has gotten better over the years. He's had some really good runs from 2020 to 2024, such as the Demon Souls run in 2020, the Mega Man 11 run for 2021, goddamn fucking Elden Ring for 2022, and as for this year,
I was like, okay, I was wondering you weren't ever gonna show the dog. What was his name? Was it like Peanut Butter or something like that? I forgot the actual dog's name. I'm sorry. But yo, this was so hype. Actually, super hype. Best speedrun ever. It's Peanut Butter. Okay, yeah.
Gyromite for the NES.
Peanut Butter. Let's
So
go.
It's going good. However, there can be.
I wanna meet that dog.
That go unnoticed. Now let's
He'll
talk
probably just
about
bite
the
me,
opinion
but that's
of
okay.
GDQ.
I'll still love
Well,
him.
to me, I think it's okay.
Peanut butter!
I love you, man. And their runners are having really good fun over there. But the issue stems from the fact that they do not have good transparency between the runner and rulebook and don't tell the runners what the rules are. So I think if they're more transparent towards the runners, then I think it's going to be a really good event. Now let's talk about the runners of the past and where are they now? Well, for GamePro 11, he actually changed his name to
What is this, Crash Bash?
And his mental health improved, and speedruns crashed to insanity. Onsa
okay.
also is doing well and does streams on Twitch. Shift is also doing great and still does streams Battle for Bikini Bottom speedruns. Trihack also does streams too and has still done Mario and Yoshi content. And finally, Private Cinnamon 1, while he doesn't stream, he is part of the DMC speedrunning Discord actually. Before I end this video, I actually want to give a speech that was from a Chrono Trigger runner by the name of Girlsy Incandescendent Jasmine.
Well, first off, you're gonna do fine. That's my first thing, is that, like, you know, once you've got in, your run is gonna go great, and if literally everything goes wrong in your run and you still finish, you're still gonna have a wonderful time, and chat is going to
Love you.
absolutely adore it. Other than that, don't let yourself get in your own head about the.
So if I ever do a Mario Party whatever speed run at GDQ and I get accepted and the run goes to total trash because, you know, RNG, it's Mario Party, right? RNG. As long as I had a great time and everybody around it is having a great time, it was a great run.
You know, you can do your practice, you can be prepared for the event, but you're still, like, it's still a convention and you're allowed to, like, have fun, not just
GDQ be like, fun. At our events, hey man, your run was great, but you're banned. I'm sorry. Don't come back, okay? Have a great rest of your life. I'm just joking.
Extremely serious, if you know what I mean. I've had some friends get, like, way into their own head and then not be able to, like, have fun, and I've seen people in the SMW ROM hacking community not, like, just lose their minds getting everything prepared, and it's not that deep. You can just go to an event and have fun.
Now, my loyal viewers, I tip my hat and bid you a farewell.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, that was good. Very good. Closing thoughts. Great video. Very, very good video for sure. Yeah, I liked it. Very, very good. Covered a lot of history. I feel like I haven't really been watching GDQ over the last, like, year and a half or whatever. I feel like I didn't even watch a single speed run the last GDQ. And I look forward to the GDQ runs and stuff like that. I don't know what changed, but I just haven't really, I mean, I guess work and me being busy. And I would say a little bit of depression kind of start me away from it, because, you know, a lot of work, family things, you know, just some things that came up, and some personal issues I was, like, trying to overcome. But I definitely need to go back, and I used to actually live stream speedruns at GDQ and stuff like that. So we need to get back into that for real. Like, you know, so I definitely need to go back and watch more GDQ. And I do want to go to a GDQ, you know. I don't know if I want to go on the I want a speedrun, honestly. I want to go as a runner, but we got to figure out what game. I mean, the easy game is literally Mario Party, because I never practice Mario Party. I just play it. Only speedrun game I have ever just naturally played on stream. I've never practiced it off stream. I never had, like, training sessions. I just played it. Just played it, you know, and whatever happened, happened. And I got world record eventually. And then now some Japanese person sniped me, so. But yeah, 10 out of 10 video. It was fantastic. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!